Most organizations believe performance reviews are essential. They evaluate people, assign ratings, and decide who performed well and who did not. But what if the very act of evaluating people this way actually damages improvement? W. Edwards Deming believed annual performance reviews were not just flawed. He believed they were one of the most destructive management practices in modern organizations. Understanding why may completely change how you think about leadership. Leaders naturally want a way to judge performance. Who is doing great work? Who needs help? Who should advance? The annual performance review promises a simple answer. It compresses an entire year of work into ratings, scores, and rankings. Those scores then guide compensation, promotion, and recognition. But Deming argued that this approach misunderstands how organizations actually produce results. He wrote, "Basically, what is wrong is that the performance appraisal or merit rating focuses on the end product, at the end of the stream, not on leadership to help people." In other words, reviews judge the outcome after the work is finished, instead of improving the conditions that produced the outcome in the first place. To see how this plays out, consider a school district wrestling with teacher evaluations. In the Brookfield School District, evaluation season had arrived. Each teacher received a performance score based on classroom observations, student test scores, and administrative reviews. The scores influenced pay increases and promotion opportunities. Marcus Lee, principal of Brookfield Middle School, had been through the process many times. Every year followed the same pattern. Teachers worried about their scores. Principals debated the ratings. District leaders compared schools. Yet the classrooms themselves did not seem to change very much.
We keep having the same conversations. We review the ratings, we talk about who did well and who didn't, but the classrooms themselves aren't improving much.
During a meeting at the district office, Marcus raised the issue with Superintendent Elena Ramirez.
The reviews are supposed to help us identify our strongest teachers. If we remove them, how do we know who is performing well?
That's the problem. We think the scores explain performance, but most of the time, they reflect the conditions teachers are working in.
What kind of conditions?
Look at the schedules. Some teachers get collaboration time every week. Others barely get any. Some classrooms have far more complex student needs, and some teachers receive much stronger curriculum support.
Marcus had noticed something else. As evaluation season approached, teachers became cautious. Collaboration slowed down, and fewer people experimented with new lesson ideas, because helping a colleague or trying something new might hurt a teacher's own evaluation score. The system was doing exactly what it was designed to do: judge individuals. But something more subtle was happening. Teachers began protecting their own standing instead of sharing openly. Leaders spent hours debating scores instead of examining the conditions shaping learning: curriculum support, class size, scheduling, and collaboration time. The conversation focused on people rather than the system they worked in. Deming warned about this decades ago. Merit rating rewards people that do well in the system. It does not reward attempts to improve the system. The conversation stayed with Elena.
If the scores are misleading us, what should we be studying instead?
The system, how teachers are supported, how lessons are developed, how collaboration actually happens.
As district leaders began studying those conditions, they discovered something important. Many apparent differences in performance came from factors teachers did not control. The annual review system had been measuring outcomes without understanding the system producing them. Gradually, the district shifted its approach. Instead of a single high-stakes annual score, principals held ongoing coaching conversations with teachers. Teams studied classroom practices together. Leaders worked on improving lesson support, scheduling, and collaboration time. The conversation in schools began to change. Less energy went into defending ratings. More energy went into improving how teaching actually happened. Many leaders assume that evaluation systems create accountability. Deming believed they often produce the opposite. When people know they are being judged individually, they naturally protect themselves. They avoid risk. They compete with peers. They manage appearances. None of those behaviors improve the system. Deming placed annual performance reviews among management's most serious problems because they direct leadership attention to individuals instead of the system. He also warned about the culture they create. Evaluation of performance nourishes fear. Fear quietly changes how people behave. It discourages experimentation. It discourages collaboration. And it discourages honest conversations about problems. Leadership requires a different focus. Instead of asking, "Who performed well this year?" a systems leader asks different questions. What conditions shape the results people produce? What variation in performance is actually caused by the system? Where do people need better tools, better methods, or better support? When leaders study the system instead of judging individuals, improvement becomes possible. People no longer need to defend themselves. They can focus on improving the work itself. Every organization wants better performance. The instinct is simple: reward the highest performers. But Deming believed real improvement begins somewhere else. It begins with the system, with better methods, with leaders who study the work and help people succeed. Because when leaders focus on improving the system, something powerful begins to happen. People share what they know. They help one another. They experiment, learn, and improve the work together. They rediscover joy in work, and slowly, the organization becomes a place where real improvement comes naturally.